today. Our next run coming up is bringing Blood Thunder back to play Wolfenstein, The New Order. So we're just getting that set up super, super quick. So let's see what we got for our donations. We have a $15 donation from TonyOgbot169. I'm so overjoyed to see my most favorite game and runner together on this occasion, SGDQ2016. This game was my childhood, and I've never been happier than watching it get run live. Shouts outs to my boy, Dr. T Chops. I'm sure he feels great about that run and all the incentives that got met, so thank you very much. We have a $20 donation from an anonymous donor. More glitches, please. We've got a whole week of glitches for ya, so just keep watching. We have a $50 donation from Gin Not Gin. Sorry if I butchered your screen name there. From when we were running BioShock earlier, he says, BioShock is my favorite game of all time, so it felt necessary that I donate during its run. Shout out to my buddy Rob, who first got me into speedrunning. Too bad he can't watch this marathon because he's too busy being an Eagle Scout or something. My girlfriend loves things so fluffy and cuddly, so would you kindly save those animals? If you're curious on how the Save and Kill the Animals bid war is going, it is of course going throughout the whole marathon, but Saving the Animals is winning by over $2,000, so you have the rest of the week to get your votes in for that. Vote with your hard-earned cash. And speaking of that, we have a $25 donation from GamerStud. Those animals are there for us before we even knew what speedrunning was. That is so true. But in the end, it is up to all of you to make that decision. We have a $20 donation from Pariah144. Keep up the good work. Put this towards the blindfolded SOTN run. It's awesome, and the world needs to see it. And of course, we do have a lot of great incentives. Since the marathon is just getting started, the next set of incentives, the next incentive period is during our Star Wars block, which is coming up in just a few hours. The KOTOR Knights of the Old Republic any percent run needs a name for its character. Remember, it's an 18 character limit, but we've got a bunch of, look at all these suggestions. We got over 10 suggestions, so they're all getting pretty, well, not so close. So if you want to get your vote in, you have just a few hours to take care of that. We have a $5 donation from Brian P. Keep up the good work, guys. Love what you guys are doing. We have an anonymous $5 donation. I am poor this time round, but doing my little bit. Here's to the runners and support team for a great show, for a great cause. Remember, every little bit does count. We have a $25 donation from Clockwork Rage. Donating a bit off the sweat of my brow to a good cause. Now would you kindly save the animals?
It should just be a couple minutes. Yeah.
We have a $50 anonymous donation. I'm currently packing to head out to my first GDQ I've ever attended. It's still pretty unreal as I've just started speedrunning recently, but I'm incredibly excited. Put this towards Pause Ahead All Secrets.
Stop.
Well, we can't wait to see you, Anonymous.
Where we go? Yeah, I'm good. Am I live? All right. So many people really wanted to see the bad ending, although I did hear we got an anonymous $50,000 donation to my own bank account, but with a little bit of editing, we can make that happen. Yeah. So this part's kind of the same, but I'll let the ending play out since so many people actually wanted it.
Showed you what you was, what you was capable of. Even that life you thought you had, that was something I dreamed up and had tattooed inside your head. Now if you don't call that family, I don't know what is. And now,
They're still so violent. No.
They offered you everything, yes? And in return, you gave them what you always did. Brutality. You took what you wanted.
It's so creepy.
All the atom, all the power. And Rapture trembled. But in the end, even Rapture was not enough for you. Your father was terrified that the world would try to steal the secrets of his city.
I said there was some editing, okay?
For you now have stolen the terrible secrets of the world.
That's our family right there. There you guys go. It's a little bit different, but you guys wanted it. All right, so now we're going to go to Wolfenstein.
We have a $50 donation from Christopher Poole. Hi, SGDQ, longtime watcher, first-time donator. My wife's son loves computer games and wants to be a doctor when he grows up, so I thought this was the perfect time to donate, putting the money towards the TASBot Super Mario Land 2 Glitch Fest. Sure to be entertaining, as TASBlock always is.
Hi, how you doing?
Not too bad. Hi, everybody back there, too. I don't know any of you, but hi.
Oh,
You're all the way over there, Shadex. And it's nice to meet you. Oh, man. There's music. All right. So this is Wolfenstein: The New Order. This is the newest Wolfenstein. There was the Old Blood, but technically it's a prequel. And this starts off basically where that one leaves off if you watch all the cutscenes. We're going to play on Can I Play Daddy because we just like to run past stuff, and you always need to ask if you can play first. It's very nice. All right, so time starts now. We're waking up.
that's what
Hey,
he was
it's
doing?
another plane. I like running games that start off in planes. I don't know why. And it's crashing. Alright, so that's Fergus. He's a pretty cool guy. I need to come back here and do some stuff, though. Otherwise, he's not going to like me. Alright, grab that stuff. Alright, rush. Plane's going down. I don't know what I'm doing. Panic. Alright, we're going to run this way. So he's calling us fat. We need to lose some weight. I need to run down here. Cut all this stuff loose. I don't know what's in here, but hopefully not my sandwich. Now I can run back. That's enough weight. Alright, so now we're up here. Hey, we're back. So a nice little tiki girl over here, just kind of dancing back and forth. This game has a lot of just kind of waiting around every now and then, so try to explain things when I can. There's not a whole lot. Just run fast, kill things, make sure all the Nazis die, that sort of stuff. Typical American. Alright, so there's two little halves to this sequence. You can shoot down some planes. You can shoot down your allies, it doesn't matter. Just shoot down anything. Alright, as soon as he says straight ahead, it's on a timer. This one actually just kind of spawns in out of nowhere. And we survived that.
This is a pretty common trend for this game, actually.
Yeah, he's not actually mortal, turns out.
Can't greet you today. I have a war to win.
He also likes to narrate things.
He's just a deep guy with a lot of deep thoughts.
You're still breathing, you chummy bastard. You're tough as they come, you know. Jesus Christ. Mayday!
Alright, so now we're getting introduced to Wyatt, who's on the radio. He's really obnoxious. And the game really wants you to care about both characters, because you have to make an impossible choice. But for now, you can read some donations if we have any.
We have just a few, so get your donations in if you want me to read them on there. We have a $10 donation from I Will Scoop. I love what you guys are doing. Keep donating the good donations. Let us all donate together. We have a $200 donation from VenBot300. Awesome that everyone is back here going fast. Good luck.
I'm trying to learn the dance moves. I don't know if I'm getting them right.
And a $20 donation from Pure Luckage. Shout out to Blood Thunder. Thank you for getting me into speedrunning Bioshock.
Hey, Pure, what's going on, man? He's actually another Bioshock crony. He has a 4th or 5th place time, I think. So the plane's going down, but it's actually not moving at all. It's just tilted.
Don't turn it, mind you. And keep it level. Just pull it towards your chest. Okay, sir.
Fortunately, you can't go back here and interact with any more stuff. It kind of locks you out.
I need you to do one more thing for me.
Okay, so this game features a lot of reloading checkpoints to get further along in the game. Something they patched out in the old Blood. Or, not really patched out, but they just kind of avoided. So as soon as I open the door and get a checkpoint, I'm just going to go ahead and reload. As soon as it lets me, we're going to jump out of the plane. So Fergus was flying, now he's down here. As you'll find out, Fergus can kind of just teleport. Oh yeah, there's no one flying the plane. Not a great plan. And Fergus is gone. But hey, he's back here. Yeah, this is Wyatt. He's really obnoxious. So this is my favorite part of the game. He's just sleeping. It's okay. This guy too. So yeah, now we're gonna go down into the water finally. So we're on the way to DevSet's compounds, which you go through the whole entire plot of the old Blood to get. Then some stuff happens and you kill Nazis. It's really all you need to know about this game. Oh no. Alright. So a lot of the cutscenes in this game, like this, luckily you can skip because they're just loading screens.
July 16.
So as soon as it's done loading, you can go ahead and just bypass it.
Gone to shit. Nazi war machine is advancing at an astonishing rate.
Loading.
We can't catch up.
There we go. Hey, it's a giant robotic dog.
What?
I don't know why the Nazis wanted that, but I mean, It's their money, I guess.
Mayday, mayday. Anyone out there?
Alright, so now we have a knife. Kind of slide under some stuff if we're going to go swimming. So you can just do a normal swim, or you can go at a diagonal strafe type thing, and then you have to spam the animations for swimming, and you go a little bit faster. But there's a giant boot that's going to come down. If you've ever seen SpongeBob the movie, it's like that.
Bigger boot.
Yeah. So you don't want to hit the bigger boot. It's bad. We can hold our breath for a very long time. Don't worry about it. So while this game isn't like quite as fast-paced as the old Blood, there's a lot of really cool tech once we get into it. A lot of smaller things that add up over time. There still are some pretty big skips. A couple that were found in the past week or so. Okay. Let's try again. So for instance, running with your knife out's faster than having your gun out. The bigger the gun, the slower you run. So I need to grab a grenade, go over there, back. I have to shoot this guy's feet for some reason. Really bad door design. That's why the Nazis are bad. So a really common occurrence in this run is to let enemies live. That way you don't spawn ones later on. So the more you run past, the more you won't have to deal with further in the map, which is really nice because it lets you just skip some fights. It also tries to give you a lot of different options. You can run this way or that way, but basically it just comes back to the same area. Kill these guys. So there's a path to the right there that you can throw a grenade in and blow up, or you can go through this door. But we need a bomb first. And we're just gonna run away. So notice at the very bottom, that's my health and armor. The game works in base 20 for health. So if you're at 0 through 20, you'll always heal up to 20. 21 to 40, you'll go up to 40. And so on up to 100. Which is kind of different from the way the old Blood worked, which was in 25s. Little time saver here if I can hit this guy. So I throw a grenade out there to kill this one. Fortunately, I didn't get it, so I had to kind of deal with him on his own, which is not fun.
We'll call that RNG manipulation.
Yeah, something like that. I still killed too many enemies before, so quite a few more spawned up here. There we go. Okay. Look how pleasant it is. All right, let's see if we can get it this time. There we go.
First try.
So you can do the same with this enemy, but you need to actually get in the cannon seat.
What a way to die.
And blow this up. So it's a little bit slower to kill him early with a grenade and then get in the seat. It's the way the animation works out. Also, Fergus and Wyatt are kind of going at it. No, no.
Bigger dog.
So it also plays fetch for some reason. Hey, it's quiet. You can actually get out of bounds here, but it's at the very end of the level, so it doesn't really work. Also, the trigger's not there.
Pay attention, beer boys. This is all turned from a goose hunt to a stick-up job.
So you can read more donations.
Certainly we do. We have a $10 donation from Judgy.
Hey.
Judgy here, wishing BT good luck with the run and hoping that he isn't a scrub with the new speed tech I found just for SGDQ. I wish I could give more to this great cause, and I want to give a huge thank you to everyone involved. Place all $10 of this into naming the Fallout 4 file name, btspeedruns.com.
Alright, so yeah, Judgy has helped find so many tricks, not only this game, but a whole bunch that I run. Most people probably know him from Borderlands 2. But he, on my trip here, he found a little bit faster strat and one of the leaders level on, so this is kind of an auto-scroller.
Judgy, can you respond to my DM on Twitter?
Yeah, if you want,
it's been weeks.
if you want a game broken, just contact Judgy. You might have to buy him the game, but they'll find you something.
It's very good. It's like a modern-day sock folder.
You put your socks in a folder?
You don't?
No, I fold my socks.
Why don't you just wear your socks?
It's gross.
Alright, so now we're running through DevSat's compounds. Don't fall down the hole. Okay. So I'm killing the dogs because they can chase you. And they're really, really fast. You don't want them to grab you. So I'm going to kill this one too. So once again, they're in trouble and I have to go save them. It's kind of a common theme.
You don't have like powers or anything, do you? Or
You can unlock certain perks if you go out of your way to get them. None of them are really useful. We'll actually get a couple here and there for doing just random stuff. But there's none in particular that we actually need for this run.
That's on top of being nearly immortal, of course.
so you're just like an average guy that can breathe forever and take a lot of bullets.
Well, I mean, he's American, so
Happy
what do you
America Day.
expect? So once we've killed everybody, we can just kind of wait around and collect some stuff. Very patriotic. So they're going to spawn in over here, and if I run back out, I can skip a little chunk of dialogue.
That's some very fine Nazi killing there, sir. Good work, Captain. Right, everybody head for the crashed aircraft.
There they are.
We'll meet you there. Thank you, Captain Blazkowicz.
So once you get these guys to spawn in, you're supposed to be back there, and you go through the hole. Get some dialogue, but by triggering both, you can skip the first half. This is where the game goes from being about killing Nazis to pretty adult content. So I always mean this guy. They call him Head Wound. They give him some other nicknames. It's not nice. Also have really shiny fingers.
Come along, Blazkowicz.
So we didn't take his advice of going on a diet and losing some weight. It's really annoying. It's never too heavy.
Jeez.
So now Head Wound becomes Broken Feet. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Don't do it.
Oh.
Yeah, he saw what's inside of here.
You can find a way to open that door. Move it.
So this is where they just kind of do science on dead bodies. It's a very weird room. It's got nice teeth though. Very clean. So they're going to tell me to find a key, and it's always going to be in this little drawer here. Hey, there it is. So we're going to put it in here, and we have to go pick up broken feet. Take them with us. Alright. This room doesn't look dangerous at all. So there's like the first boss, if you can even call it that. Alright, and he's pretty much dead. Hey, there he goes.
Total ponage.
Yeah, they don't stand a chance against Americans. So you need to be by the door with Wyatt for this to open. Otherwise, he just kind of waits around.
So very blue eyes.
What could it be? There's something out there. So we're not smart enough to just jump back down into this hole that was made. We just kind of let the room crush us. He just watches. Alright, so we're going to reload a checkpoint here and get to the cutscene a little faster.
I wonder what happened.
If you try to spam the inputs too fast, it just doesn't recognize it. Yeah, now we're in a cutscene. So basically, it's going to give us a choice to save either Wyatt or Fergus. There are some minor differences, which I'll go over eventually, but vote in chat now who you think's going to die. And you can read donations if we have any.
Just a few here. We have a $100 donation from DK Tizano202. Donation goes to Couch Choice and Kill the Animals, Kappa.
What do you guys want?
You're the
both?
voice of the couch. You have a mic.
All right.
50-50?
That's
What?
lame.
There's 3 people.
I don't want to make a decision. No. Opposite of what he said. Kill the animals.
Make it a speed run.
So he doesn't like broken feet, unfortunately.
Not this one. Somebody broke it already.
So mean.
That's just so rude.
Look how sad he is. Also, none of us have shirts on for some reason.
We have a $10 anonymous donation. I've got a lot of respect for what you guys are doing. Please keep up the good work. Put this towards Reinhardt in Castlevania 64. And just a reminder, that donation incentive did just get fixed, so vote with your dollars.
Nice.
For samples, should you decline my appeal, I shall have to put the scalpel to both of them and we'd be here all day.
Eat either one.
I'll make matters simple. All you need to do
Oh, I'm not good at choices.
look to the one you would have me dissect.
Alright, so we're going to choose Fergus to die.
I would
He's a
have
little bit
elected
older.
another, but I
We need
would
young
defer
blood.
to your preference, Captain Blazkowicz.
There is actually a time difference, about 2 minutes over the course of the run, for Wyatt being faster.
My time's up, is up.
I'm just going to skip that. So Wyatt's going to become really resourceful here. He can basically just make stuff appear out of nowhere.
Oh, jeez.
Didn't think that was going to happen.
He's like, I was standing right over there.
Just going to wedge this in there. Alright, so now we need to break 3 of these incinerators. There is somewhat of a pattern, but it can change depending on where Wyatt goes, because he breaks 3 of them as well. Then you come over here, and he will just magically make lockpicking tools appear. There they are. I don't know how he smacks another pipe on a pipe and gets lockpick tools, but also these just literally fall off. So Wyatt gets the lockpicking minigame from that. Fergus would get you a hot wiring minigame, which is just so much worse. We're gonna jump out this window. And we're gonna go flying.
America.
Hey, that's what happens when you do crazy stunts. You end up in a coma for 14 years.
That got dark.
Yeah, it's it's a great time for donations if we have more.
14 years of donations.
We only have one more.
Oh, wow.
So get your donations in, but I will read this one from Jay Dodson. It's $50. SGDQ is amazing, as is Wolfenstein The New Order. Keep up the good work, and thanks for making it so fun to watch. Shout out to all my friends at Cheerful Ghost.
Do you want to...
Oh, one just went through.
Oh man, go for it.
Go for it. All right. $20 from Forgiven. Good luck with the run, BT. Can't wait for Bigger Boot to make a return later in the run.
Yeah, so Forgiven Death is another runner of this game who helped find some stuff. Quite a people did, and then the whole game just didn't get a whole lot of love. Been trying to bring it back, but maybe 4th of July people will pick it up again. So we're gonna get to sit next to this window. Really nice. And we go into a cutscene. So that's us,
Strange sensation.
just watching everything happen.
My body. Not blackout.
We don't move at all.
It's in time.
Hey, okay, there we go.
Wir schließen diese Einrichtung. Ihre Dienste
So they're gonna come
werden nicht
in,
mehr
basically kill all the patients that they don't need anymore,
Kein Grund, gruselig zu werden.
and walk out.
Sie haben zufriedenstellende Arbeit geleistet.
But they interrupted our dinner. And we had,
Weitermachen.
I don't know what that is. So we're gonna grab that. Nobody saw. So they decided to kill everyone except for Anya, who is obviously the love interest of this game. I mean, why not? She took care of you for 14 years. You have to pay her back somehow.
We do have some donations coming through. We have a $100 donation from Waddle Don't. I've been watching since SGDQ 2011 and have finally found the money to give a bit more than before. Thank you all so much for putting on this event and kill the animals.
Yeah, so you wake up, you say your legs feel like jelly, and then you're immediately back where you were before.
14 years of muscular atrophy, done like that.
We're in great shape.
Wiggle your
We
big
lost all
toe.
that weight. Yeah, so I need to go up in the attic here. There's an upgrade for the pistol. Double check that I got it. So we got the silencer, which we actually don't need for this level at all, but we need it for the next level to do things a little bit faster. Okay. So it's actually a very short level once you get out of the cutscene. Let's break through this. A giant car is going to barge through. There's going to be 2 enemies that spawn back there, so I throw a grenade. And then we just have to deal with 2 more turrets. There's 1. And there's Anya, just sitting there. So we're going to be jumping around from cutscene to cutscene. Now we're going to torture this guy.
Field coordinator working
First, we need to put on an apron.
just unfair when dealing with people like you. Do you realize who I am?
And we need some goggles, too. Because this is going to get messy.
Hygiene's important.
Yeah, you have to be safe.
To people like you.
Now we need the chainsaw. So if you hold down right mouse button, it acts as a block, and you take basically no damage from any of these melee attacks. And we're just going to tie him back up. Alright, that's all we get of the cutscene, really.
Let me tell you how this is gonna work. I'm gonna ask you one question. You are gonna answer that question in a way I find satisfactory, and if you do not...
So sometimes you're just going to hear a lot more than you usually do.
Take my hand.
Just depending on your loads. If you have like an SSD and you have really short times, then you don't see a whole lot. Other times you see the majority of the cuts in there.
I stay with Carl.
You can put a lot of groceries in that.
Wait for you here. Huh? Kill everyone.
Oh, you heard him. Gotta kill everyone. Don't want to disappoint him. So I don't have a pistol, but if I come up here and kill this commander, I can get a pistol. And I want to do this area in stealth, so I don't trigger any more enemies to spawn. Because commanders, if they detect that you're there, will summon more enemies. So I want to take them out first. Yeah, he is not dead. Try to headshot the other ones, and then just go on. So there we go. It's the first half of the fight.
That's it. Back to the car.
There is another way to do this area, which is about the same speed, but you just don't kill anyone. Unfortunately, you need to get the pistol from the commander anyways for the second half, so it's not faster in terms of the whole level. Alright, so now we have to run inside. And do some more lockpicks. This is real fun. So notice that there's ladders in this game, and they will become broken, because I love running games with broken ladders. Just not yet. I'm trying to go up here. Now the platform's raised, the car can move on. So we can do the second half of the area, which is much trickier. There's a few more enemies, and there's a dog. That's one. There's two here. And there's a commander inside. Alright, so that's pretty decent. So you get a perk there, Silent Shot, which doesn't really do anything. So I want to have dual assault rifles out, but as I explained earlier, it's slower to have them than your knife. So I just kind of hover in the weapon wheel for a second. Now you have two giant mechs to fight. One of the devs actually watched a couple of my streams a while back and gave us a pretty nice tip of how to defeat this first one. There's just a button on the inside that deactivates it. Nobody knew it was there for the longest time. So if you grab the grenade from inside that little house, or the little building, then you can just throw it and stun the robot and take him down. Alright, now we're getting back in the car. And now we're on a train. With coffee. Oh wait, there's Nazis here too. I don't know how they got this robot on the train, but it's pretty impressive. So that's Bubby sitting over in the corner. He's probably the best character in the game. He's a little special. So you have to interact with him anyway, so you just walk over to the table and wait.
Lassen Sie sich mal ansehen. Ja. Sehr schöne arische Züge. Findest du nicht auch, Bubi?
Ja, mir gefallen seine Augen.
Bitte, setzen Sie sich.
So you can reload this checkpoint here too. Go a little bit further. You start picking up photos.
Ach so.
It doesn't matter which one you pick, as long as you do not choose the gun. If you choose that, you will die. I'm gonna choose the butterfly. I like that one.
Meinen Sie, dass dieser Mann unreines Blut hat, Bernhard?
It's kind of just a long, meaningless cutscene, but at least it's entertaining.
Nicht wahr? Diesmal wählen Sie das Bild, das Sie am meisten mit Abscheu erfüllt.
So you have to pick this card twice, because the first time she kind of stops you.
Ich hätte sagen sollen, dass es Ihre letzte Wahl ist. Also wählen Sie weise. sage Ihnen etwas. Wenn Sie ein Nicht-Arier gewesen wären, hätten Sie zur Waffe gegriffen.
Sie müssen diese Dame schon entschuldigen, aber sie ist sehr stolz darauf, diese Bilderrätsel mit wildfremden Männern zu spielen.
Diese Bilder. Urlaubsfotos.
So Bubby and Frau kind of make appearances throughout the game, but we don't see too much more of them after this. So it's always nice to see him here.
This is a nice happy couple.
Lassen Sie ihn gehen, Bernhard.
Alright, so we need to take our coffee back. It's getting cold.
Bildhübsche Frau wird in seinem Abteil warten auf ihn.
But the most important part that the developers put in the game is easily coffee physics. You have to make sure you shake it up a little bit.
Stir a nice brew.
Just walk down this train.
In here.
You really want that coffee.
I mean, who doesn't?
It does look pretty good.
It's got a nice carton of milk.
Yeah.
Yes. He just offended like half the German restream.
Is that for me?
So you give her the coffee and some stuff happens. If you want to know, just go play the game yourself.
I know where to go. The way to get inside Eisenwald prison. There's a hotel. It's on the same street as secret police headquarters.
Yeah, so it's a secret police headquarters that everybody knows about.
Everybody knows about it. Secret police headquarters is notorious here in Berlin.
She gets dressed
They
quick.
bring prisoners inside for questioning. They torture them. Then they drive them back to Eisenwald prison.
So this is the way to get back into the prison, which we're doing to save
There's
some
a
of the
prison transport
resistance.
arriving. Come quickly.
So it's actually a pretty minor skip up here. So you just skip climbing down the pipe. Nothing too major. There's also animation canceling, so I'm going to pick up the battery, and then before I pick up the laser gun, I'm just going to do a little swing with the knife.
Needs a recharge.
Skip's having to look at it, so we're just going to cut a hole here. You can go with a smaller hole, but then you have to slide through it, and sometimes that just doesn't work. So a very important part of this run is just not getting grabbed. Stranger danger. So you just jump when you get close to an enemy that can grab you like that. I mean, you can kill him anyways. We're an adult. This enemy up here I actually have to kill so I can access the window. There's different animations you can get, so it's always kind of cool to see which one happens. So these are some prisoners they're taking to that vehicle over there, so we're going to have to shimmy all the way across. You can't go any faster, you just hold down the button. Also, there's nice arrows in case you don't know which way to walk in this little tunnel. So we have more donations even.
Yes, we have a $1,000 donation from Oh No's. He says that he is donating this in my uncle's name. He passed from brain cancer this Saturday. And this is a way better epitaph than Stupid Flowers.
So now we're going to the prison, which is basically where the time is made up between White and Fergus. The lockpicking gets you into a door, which skips going through a chase scene. It's about a minute and a half worth of time. Other than that, they're pretty much the same for most of the run. So now we have the laser cutter, we can open up gates like this. Nothing too important. So once again, just not getting grabbed. Here's the key. Alright, so this door right here is our time saver. That's why Fergus has to die. Alright, we're through it. Sorry, Fergus. But we have to lockpick this door too. It typically just alternates between going from the left side of the lockpick to the right. It's not a huge time difference at all. You just have to So remember which one you did last. Oh no, big scary dog. So it's supposed to chase you here and kind of break where you just walked. And you try this more. Which is supposed to provoke you in running forward. But it also allows you to drop down and skip opening up another gate. Just want to run past these guards. These guards are my favorite because they just kind of give up. They just watch you. Bye.
Well, he's already gone.
They don't try to alert anybody. They're just... Alright. They don't get paid enough. So up here is halfway through the prison. It's when we get to save everybody. So there is a guard in here, and he will attack me after I free so many prisoners. You can kill him as soon as you come in here, but it's a little bit faster to go ahead and free a couple of them. And it doesn't matter which order you decide to free them. The one you need is always going to be last. So this is our good buddy Wyatt.
Spoilers.
Of course.
Oh, you stupid thing when you bought.
There we go. Of course.
Gosh, oh my. I thought I was a goner. And here you are, back from the dead, to save us all. Imagine that.
Speaking of Wyatt, we have a $500 donation from Erica saying, since Wyatt lived, do we get to see Hendrik celebrate Independence Day?
We might.
Money goes to Runner's Choice.
Fallout 4 file name for btspeedruns.com.
No way.
So now we're just going to leave all those prisoners we just saved. You know, why should we care about them now? So you usually get a hard animation for that, but if you time it just right, you can just poke them in the back. And now we have the shotgun, which is one of the cooler weapons in the game. So we're going to let him just kind of do his thing. Grab some supplies.
Quick announcement, we just hit $200,000 donated, so let's have a round of applause.
So it's in the dialogue right there, but Wyatt's basically complaining that his fingers are numb because he's been locked up for too long, but I mean, we were in a coma for 14 years and ran immediately, so I don't know what the big deal is.
Picked a heck of a time to show up. Heck of a time. Not many of us left still fighting since the war ended, you know. Spitting off. We get out of
So the nice thing about freeing Wyatt is he leads us to the rest of the Resistance, which has some pretty cool characters in it.
reinforcements. They'll bring the hammer down on this whole
He's also a really fast runner, which is nice. So up here there's an invisible wall until he says it's safe to go, and then he just goes for it.
If we run like heck, I think we can make it.
He really runs like heck.
Found some
Alright, so you just have to wait for him to take out this, put it over there.
That's right. I think we can pull this off if we work together.
Real solid contribution there.
So there's a forced fight in the next area, and you can go ahead and kill that guy a little early. I need to slide under this door, but I have to wait. Alright, so we're gonna kill the dog, and there's 3 enemies. One there. Over there. And the last one. Oh, he already died. Okay. So we're gonna open up this door. He did not actually die. And if I'm really good with my aiming, I can take out this guy in one magazine. There we go. I'm gonna use a shotgun. So if this next part goes really, really well and I don't kill any enemies, save a couple seconds by just not having them there. There's some pretty tight quarters. The enemies are just pretty big.
So eager.
Little too soon. There we go. So we'll see. So there should be one shotgunner in this hallway. Try to get around him.
Oh my god.
Didn't want to kill him. Alright, so killing him probably means another one's going to spawn up here. Yeah. It's really nice when that door opens and there's nothing there. But this is the best part of the game. We get to drive a car.
Oh yeah, this is
Yeah, nobody remembers this part.
I remember the glitch in this part though.
Yeah. You get to go super fast. You go so fast that the bullet holes made in the windshield just completely disobey the laws of physics. So just pay attention to the bullet holes. There we go. There's some. And that's the best part of the game over. They put a driving mechanic in for 5 seconds. But now a tank's coming. You never see another tank in this game. So there's a really nice feature that if you're not really bored in this area, you probably won't find. But if you shoot these pipes, the steam actually comes out where you shoot them, which is a nice little touch.
What now?
That's what happens when you get bored.
I can't believe you made it out of there.
So you can jump up and grab her hand a little early.
Do any of you know how to hotwire a car?
Hey, another car, but we don't get to drive it, unfortunately. So now we're going back to the Resistance hideout. You come to this little place a few times, but I think the longest is like 2 minutes that you're actually here. It's a pretty short level, but we can strafe swim to get past Wyatt. He's not as fast of a swimmer as he is a runner. So we have to open this too. Just taking their sweet time. So basically here you just grab a few things and then you end the level. It's supposed to be a hub so you can learn more about the characters and plot before you go into missions, but since we don't really care about any of that stuff, it doesn't matter. If you have more donations, you can keep reading.
Well, we do. We have a spectacular $20,000 donation. Woo. Thanks to our friends over at the Yeti. They Hey, all Yeti here. Happy 4th of July and happy SGDQ to all. We are happy and thankful to be back for our 5th SGDQ making shirts. Shout outs to all the amazing artists who contributed their time and efforts for the tees. They are always amazing. If you have a cool idea where the shirt donation should go, tweet it at the Yeti and we will do our best. We appreciate ya. So thanks to all of you who are buying those shirts.
So that's the whole level there. You meet some people that you will never see again.
I'm ready for an assignment. Friends.
All right, now we're in this car.
No way.
Yeah, it's nice. Make sure you don't have to drive. So you kind of come back to this level later on, but it's a little bit different because of what you do here. No spoilers, but if you have more donations, you can read them.
Yes, we have an anonymous $10 donation that says, according to Skype, it is Blood Thunder's birthday today. Happy birthday, BT, from your boy Caleb. It did just turn past midnight here, so I don't know if that's true or not, depending on time zones.
Yeah, shout outs to Caleb, who should have come, but he didn't. Our boy 5X.
Oh, yeah.
That's his name.
Yeah, I totally forgot for a second there.
But yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's his birthday. Whatever.
Well, can we all give a happy birthday out here?
Are you like 36 now? Or?
Yeah, I'm so old.
Happy birthday. Hey. I'm not going to sing.
You can reach him using this.
We also have a $20 donation from Eric151. Hey there, Blood Thunder. This is your local cabbage salesman reminding you that cabbages are 50% off this week only. Good luck on your run. Love Jamaican bacon.
Shout out to Jamaican as well, who helped me with the cutscene in Bioshock. Those that like that. It doesn't matter where you run here, you're always going to end up in the same spot. Yeah, so we just kind of blew up everything. Now we need to infiltrate the place, cut a hole in this fence. I don't want to go too fast there because I actually need to get out of the fence as well. The giant dog still follows you around. They really invested a lot into him for some reason. They're not great. Alright, that was pretty easy.
I hope the chat is full of "Oh my dog."
It can be.
You can help at home.
You have that power.
So we're just gonna run past some more stuff here, but we need to pick up some supplies for later. Another giant robot that we don't need to fight. Just gonna run past him. So I'm going to need a couple of grenades for what I want to do, and then there's some supplies back here. Enemies spawn in the main lobby, so you kind of have to wait for them to actually get in here. So I don't really care if they're shooting at me, because I have a lot of health. I'm just going to wait for this to open. So there's a couple of skips coming up. Nothing too major, but pretty nice ones. So we need to run to the top of the room and jump on one of the beams. So we're just gonna take a little shortcut here. Not too bad. That's as easy as it looked, by the way. So I actually do need to have grenades out. Because there's a little skip I found down here. There's a rope you need to climb. But if you stand on this counterweight, line yourself up just right. Let's be there. And throw a grenade up here. You blow off the connectors on the elevator, and then you can just ride this up to the top. This feels intended, but I could never prove it was. But yeah, now we're up here. This is where we get to upgrade our laser weapon. You can actually skip this, but the way to do it takes forever. It's not really worth it.
I think I found something.
Just cut the chains off. There's 2 of them. It's almost like it's 2 chains. So our laser gun's not good enough to go through steel plates. So we just kind of throw it away. And then they just assume that you're going to forget about it entirely, so it's just gone. Okay. So I can do another grenade throw up there and hope all those fall off, which it looks like I got it. Hey. It stops you from getting over to this grate. But coming up is hangar skip. I'm just going to skip a really long fight, depending on how this goes. I'm going to take out a couple enemies to make it a little bit nicer. That guy can live. Pick up some health. There's 2 giant mechs here, which I don't want to have to deal with. Okay. So I need to jump here. So there's a little bit of a window where you can reach up and grab a button through the floor here. It's not too precise, but it's kind of a tight window. As long as I don't kill this other robot, the next wave won't spawn in. And there's like 5 different waves of enemies here. Oh. One more thing of health. There we go.
Nice. First try.
Something like that. That's even doing that, it still saves like several minutes over actually doing the fight for this area. And if I can get up here fast enough, get boosted up. So I need to carry her, because she's pretty much like broken feet.
My hero.
Alright, so we're going to take her over to this helicopter so she can fly away. Yeah, so the fight's actually still going on. We just don't really care about it at this point, because this is the end of the level. Alright. So now we're going to go back to the house so that we can go to a different place. First we need to do that. There's Jimi Hendrix. We'll talk to him later. 2 things I need to get here is the files, which you need a key from Wyatt, who's really upset about being alive instead of Fergus. He's really moody. And then I need to go get a mold sample by cutting a brick out of the wall. It's kind of weird, but you can read more donations.
They keep coming in. So we have a $50 donation from that one Brit, saying that mech dogs need love too. Some violent mauling is just how they show they care about you. So save those mech dogs and save the animals. We have a $10 donation from Ieru. Had to donate for one of my favorite games, Wolfenstein. Thanks for the entertainment and good luck to all the runners. A $50 anonymous donation. Love the commentary from Blood Thunder during both his runs. Keep it up.
Thanks. I'll try.
$5 donation from Zoron Den. Love Wolfenstein. Can't wait to see Pokemon. Want to see StarCraft next time.
Alright, so we did all that to get a saw that dropped down. So we're going to use the saw to just cut through the cement. We can also pick up a little toy here.
Maybe check on Max. See if he's okay. Lost.
Why not? I like toys.
Well, I found you.
Alright, so we got that. Well, now that we have the key, we can open this door and grab the files. Just report it all back. So doing that gets you access to a labor camp,
Give me some time to analyze
which is just
this.
a really nice place to be. Because I love going to camp.
It really helps you concentrate.
I see what you did there.
You did not see that coming.
And frankly, I'm kind of sick of it. Yeah, so there's Bubby. The person behind you just kind of gets tired of you, and they just start pushing you. So you just don't have to do anything. We saw him like 20 minutes ago, but he just kind of forgot who we were. It's kind of annoying. But he likes us, so we get a special treatment. We get a sick tattoo. So you can't really run here until you get out of this door. And then you just become like the worst worker here of all time. Also, that's the worst guard of all time. I think he's asleep. So we're just gonna break the machine. And then just chuck this right there. And he just still doesn't care. And so we do all that to talk to Milo, so we can go to the other camp. And I need to look at this guard over here. He opens the gate. It's like basically as soon as you look at him, I'm just gonna wait.
From east to west.
So I need to talk to this guy who becomes like our best friend for a little bit. He knows all the ancient secrets. And we're gonna get attacked again, Guess we can survive anything. Also, they're just napping. They're not actually dead.
Oh god. Stench in here.
So we go through yet another torture scene. Yeah, can never have too many. But if I can do this just right, there's a health pack right there in the corner. That when he hits me, I can pick it up. We'll see. Doesn't really save any time, but it's fun to go for, and I got it. Of course. It just makes running out a little bit easier with more health. But if we have more donations, you can read them.
We do. We have a $10 donation from Major Foley. Nice to see one of my favorite games being done fast. I am sad that I missed Dishonored, though. Good luck to all the runners. A $10 anonymous donation. I literally just bought this game today to play, only to randomly turn this on. I just had to donate. Shout out to VGG and Patch for spending time with me today. You guys are awesome. Happy 4th of July, and let's save the animals. It's the American way.
I highly recommend picking up this game in the Old Blood, even casually. They're really fun. And maybe the new Colossus when it comes out. You know, if they want to hook me up with an advanced copy, QA testing, that'd be cool. So we're going to get out of the incinerator. Why not? Just going to run away. So I don't even remember why we go in there. It's to turn off something. Hopefully I just run past this guy. Okay. There's 4 enemies you need to run past. One on the bridge, you can basically never get around. Those 2 are pretty easy, and this guy's always in the way. But there we go. Okay.
There's gotta be a security system disabled. Need to find Sam.
So we're doing all this to get access to Titanfall 2, the beta. It's a lot of work you have to go through. It's more pressing buttons and running.
Here we are. Camp Command Building.
So Fergus with his hot wiring can get in that door and go up a little bit early. But it's like a 5-second difference. I'm just gonna lockpick this one. And it's kind of random how the tumblers behave. They just wiggle around. A few more enemies I need to run past. Run downstairs. So now we're outside. So we gave him the battery that we picked up, which teleported us here. And this is our Titan. He comes with a head crusher. So all you have to do is just put it over the head and apply pressure. Bigger boot. That's little boot.
I will hunt you down.
Yeah, it's just he, for some reason is speaking English in our dying breath.
Your fat surrendered. Your kind
So beautiful.
and I will feed your flesh to the furnace.
And away she goes. Alright, so he's going to set us free, and now we get to ride around in our Titan. This part's actually not too interesting. It's not as good as driving the car. But we get to shoot stuff, which is pretty cool.
Return to the camp. Open the garage door, steal a vehicle, and crash through the gate. Let's go.
So you have a choice between missiles and machine gun. Machine gun is just infinite fire. The rockets, you get 6 of them, and then it has to reload. If you shoot the rockets and then switch over to machine gun, it still reloads them. So you can fire off 6, switch over, and then switch back when it's fully reloaded. I'm going to use rockets, kill a couple of these enemies. You only need to kill a very select few of them. So I need to take out that mech so I can open up this door. And then you just kind of wiggle your way past him. And then they're just like, alright, we give up. So let him go over there. And all those enemies are just gone. But we get a fight sequence. So I'm going to pick up some health. Also, if you pay attention to his thumb, as fast as you click the button, his thumb just goes a little crazy. Unfortunately, if you put it on a free scroll mouse wheel, it doesn't break. So if you had more donations, feel free to read them.
Yes, we have a long one here from, I believe, it looks like Rock Life. I hope I pronounced that correctly. $10. Hey, BT, it seemed fitting to donate during your run of Wolfenstein, as the original one was one of the first games I ever played on DOS growing up, on the Can I Play Daddy difficulty. Even more fitting is that it's past midnight, and it's my birthday as well, so hope you heard some fireworks in the distance celebrating the eve of our births. Thanks for the great runs, all the staff and crew there, and for all the archived runs I'll be watching over the next few months. And as a gift, would you kindly kill the animals?
Alright, so these enemies always spawn in the same place, so you're just going to have to take them out as quickly as possible. Just maybe one more over here. On the last wave. Kill the giant mech. And then one last guy over here. Depending on how long this load is, we might see a special guest. We might not. I typically don't in my runs, but who knows. Oh. Who could it be? Oh. Too late. Alright, so now we need to go get a welder. Which Wyatt's supposed to have, but he kind of loses it. So we need to go talk to him and find out where it is. All the way over here. Get up. There we go. So he basically says it's outside. I don't know how he got there, but gotta go get it anyways. So we're doing all this to get to one of the best missions in the game, which is the sewer system. Nice little skip you can do here if you lean down, crouch, and enter. It skips cutting through the plate. Just a couple seconds. And strafe swim, so why not? Unfortunately, we don't have a way just to go back up. We have to go through kind of a back section of the map here. And a fight sequence, I believe. So more donations, go ahead.
We do. We have a $50 donation from Suds McGee. Hearing the Golden Sun music earlier made me nostalgic. Would love a speedrun of those games sometimes. Love your explanations and commentary. Blood Thunder.
So do another animation skip there just by hitting the knife on the ground, picking it up. Nothing too amazing. We're about to get to the part of the game where things break a little bit more often and on a larger scale. So if you're wondering when that was going to happen, it's pretty simple. So you can kill that enemy before he's actually out. Saves a couple seconds. So now we have the welder, we beat the two mechs, and then cut our way back. Okay. Put that away, get the knife back out. I don't know why I just couldn't go through that in the first place. I was still wait until he gives us a note. It's actually a very important note if you play casually. But we're not going to be able to see the cutscene, so.
William, do you have a moment?
Alright, so this is the tunnel glider. I hope no one's prone to motion sickness. So I'm gonna take this for a ride.
Anya has agreed to track your position over the transponder and provide tactical support. Good luck, Sir Blazkowicz. These are deep.
You don't have to spin, but I find it more enjoyable.
Can you hear me? You have to make your way all the way through the sewer tunnels and into the Berlin catacombs. I'll try to guide you through. You might have to exit the tunnel.
So this is one of the first things I'd messed around with. And luckily there's a few little tricks we can do with it after we get through this first gate.
I was a kid. The red tide was rising. Went in the water.
So I remembered seeing Half-Life 2 runs where you could get out of the boat, or whatever it's called in that game, I can't remember. And it just clipped you through the wall, so I thought we could do something similar. What we're going to do is back this up to the gate. That's a little too high. And if you just back out, it's still a little too high. There we go. Just clips you right through for some reason. It doesn't let you go through walls, because it recognizes them as solid, but since this goes down... Please don't glitch out. There we go. Yeah, it just lets you clip through. There's also a fan up top that you can clip through as well, but we're going to do something a little special. Much more rolling. So why not? So if you watch the Old Blood run, or have seen an Old Blood run, the skip's going to be a little similar. It's basically the only time we get out of bounds and it has water. Most levels in this game we can't skip, because even if we got out of bounds, there's nothing there to land on. You just fall into the void. We do have a couple ways out of bounds in earlier maps. So we can climb up the ladder, and hopefully this goes pretty well. So I need a vault on the railing just enough so I can land on top of it, but not go over it. There we go. So you just peek out of bounds, and now you're in water. The skip's not over yet because it's very easy to fall. Also, the water like unloads and loads depending on where you are. So I need to go over here. So now I need to swim up because otherwise it'll just drop me out. I also want to get some air, just in case. Okay. So I could clip in just right here and take it safe, but if you go around it, you can enter the secret area. There we go. And get a little bit closer to where you need to go. So that wasn't too bad. Also, water physics are kind of weird.
William, directly above you are the catacombs. There's an elevator that can take you right to the depot.
So that's supposed to shock you and take away all your charge. But if you set yourself up on the outside of the elevator platform with a knife, also this train just goes away. If you're fast enough. You're going to keep all of that? I'm going to try to go for a skip here that I probably shouldn't. It saves a little bit of time, but it's really, really tricky. So I'm going to give it 2 tries, and if I don't get it, I'm just going to back up. There's a very, very tiny gap between the cements and the glass there that you can peek through. We're just going to run through anyways. That door's supposed to be locked, but you can just run into it. Why not? So we need to press this button to activate the train, which we're going to hijack.
Our ground team is in position by the abandoned train station north of your location. They will meet you when you get there.
A lot of fighting that you can just bypass. Alright, so you steal a train so you can get on a submarine. It's kind of weird. It gets weirder.
Walk in the park, was it?
Now we're inside here. hey, a submarine. Cool. You can read more donations.
All right, we have a $7 donation from the Brian J. Watching this game without cutscenes makes me feel like I'm watching the highlights of a very strange man's life. Put this money towards the Phantom Train suplex in Final Fantasy VI because I don't know what that means, but it sounds amazing. And it is. We have a $20 donation from Hal PLM. Loving BT's runs, it's always great to see highly skilled players on games I never found time to play. We gotta save more frames, though. Kill those animals. We have a $25 donation from Celicam. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Hey, Blood and SGDQ. Saw you were playing Wolfenstein. Now I'll be watching. Hope you have fun.
So just a little fight sequence at the end, so you can keep reading donations if we have any.
I have still a few left. We have a $5 donation from Calrio Straws. One of my favorite weeks of the year. Wish I could donate more this year, but love what you're all doing. This event is about speed, as we've just talked about with Wolfenstein, so let's save the frames, kill the animals. A $10 donation from Captain Court. Good morning to all German viewers. Good job for all speedrunners, and a small donation to the 200,000 mark. $5 donation from Deathclaw31. First donation, save the frames, kill the animals.
Alright, so now that the fight's over, we need to kill the captain. Break the chains. We need to shoot these two. Alright. So now that we've taken over a submarine, we can go to our favorite place, underwater. Rapture's down there somewhere. You just have to go a little deeper. There's a submarine there. This is a lot of just waiting around for things to happen, so people keep donating so we have more comments.
Yes, we have some more comments here already. Bros on the Couch donated $20. GDQ is always such a treat. Nothing like watching gamers work hard for a great cause. Keep up the great work. Kill the animals. Save the frames.
So I'm going to go down this tunnel, and they're going to go down that tunnel. We'll see who gets there first, but I think it should be pretty obvious. You can keep going, by the way.
Sure thing. A $5 donation from Wolfie2016. Hey, from Australia. Love watching speedruns and decided to donate this time around. Can't wait for Sonic Adventure 2 Battle Hero Story Run in a couple of days. Not as rich as some of the others donating, but putting my $5 into supporting a good cause, Doctors Without Borders, and saving the animals. Good luck to the runners.
Thanks.
It's taking a sweet time. Whoa.
$15 from Nice Shao Kahn. Just want to show my appreciation for SGDQ, so here's $15. In a $20 anonymous donation, here's $20 for Kaishlo Ren. Looking forward to KOTOR. That is the name currently winning the bid war by a landslide, so if you want to change it, get your donations in soon.
Alright, so we're just going to go in here and take off our PNG overlay. Alright, more waiting. I'll take a little dip over here. So you can just kind of walk into this rock as well and get up here. It's not a skip, but you can just kind of chill here. Nice.
This is the secret vault out there. Now, first, we need to activate the magnetic field.
So unfortunately, you can't just get up here early because these things aren't active until you get the upgrade, which they just happen to have an upgrade for a super advanced laser weapon that they didn't know about.
Okay, are you ready, Ingele? 1, 2, 3, go! me? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Mr. Blazkowicz, show me your laser weapon.
Alright, so now we have the upgrade. We can just parkour our way to the top. I'm only going to shoot a few of these. I think casually you're supposed to shoot more than just 3 or 4. Jump to the ends. So if you ever played this casually and you didn't notice this, then I'm about to ruin something for you. But this is the center line. There's the button. I don't know why they off-centered it, but it's always driving me crazy. Just taking a sweet time. So we're doing all this so we can get some secret advanced weapons. We like to blow stuff up. So as soon as this opens, you can jump up on top of the pedestal and just jump up. It saves like a second or two. Just takes forever. Alright, so we need that. We need to put it over here. So it does something. Alright, so now we have this giant ball of death.
They're just devouring Africa like they did everywhere else.
The train should be arriving at the bridge any moment now.
Go, Tomcat! Ready up!
Here comes the train!
Yeah, so this is what that ball just did to the bridge. I don't know who's more evil in this world. Wyatt decides to drop you off all the way over here, and later on he'll drop us off somewhere else, which is much closer to our destination. This is my favorite death in the game. This one's pretty nice too. But the whole bridge section is a great way to realize that you can just run past fights. So I'm actually running on the outside of trains here. You're supposed to be on the inside of them. It's just a little faster. Nothing too amazing. I need to take out this turret, otherwise it'll shoot me when I try to climb something later on. Sometimes when you grab ladders, they're a little glitchy because they're not supposed to let you on go too high or too low. So it kind of just resets your position and it makes a visual bug.
There, the London Nautical Railway wagon. Inside, Death's chief research scientist, Mal. Well, I'm coming for you. Spaceman.
I can jump up here and jump over the wall. Saves having to open it up. So you're supposed to fight a ton of enemies in this part, but if you just keep running past them, the group up here doesn't spawn, which also has a giant mech that just gets in your way. He's also not going to be there, which is pretty nice. But I think I have a couple extra seconds in my estimate to show off something. The game doesn't like you messing around in this area, so if you climb up on top of this and jump off, you just clip through the floor and die. We tried to find so many different skips for this level to get down to the end faster, but there's death walls like that everywhere. So now we're just back down here. You actually don't need a whole lot of space when you're going through these. It actually has a really, really tiny hitbox. So we need to get to the next cutscene is just jumping across that gap there. It's rather unfortunate.
They don't like you.
Yeah, they just did a ton of damage there, which they usually don't do.
All headshots.
Luckily, every time you spawn in, you get more health, though, so it's a little bit easier every time. Okay. There we go.
First try. The accuracy.
Hey, Wyatt just doesn't care that you're actually there. You can die.
You know, sir, I was a kid.
Close enough.
I was going for a BT, but it kind of turned into a BJ.
8T.
Blaskowitz. So this is the train car we need to go to, and eventually Wyatt's going to drop us off over there. She could have just put us there in the first place and skipped the whole mission.
Alright, I'll drop you off here.
So we're on this bridge, so that we can get our certification to be an astronaut. I just need to make sure I have a little bit of health for the final jump here. If I can time this just right, I can skip dropping down and just do one big jump. Cool. Yeah, so doing all this lets me go into space.
Got the papers.
So why not?
We need to move fast. The lunar shuttle leaves tonight from the London North.
Yeah, so now we're on the moon. It's a pretty nice place. So I'm going to run up here to trigger this little dialogue. And just because I have enough time and I don't feel like waiting around, I'm going to run out here and back. That gives you just enough time to get it to open up. And they're so kind to put transport in English there. Good guy, Nazi. So there's a trick coming up that Judgy found within the past couple weeks. It's not the new one that he donated for. But hopefully I can get this first try. If I don't, then I'll just do something else. But it's not a trick worth going for too many times in a run. It's really cool, but it's also really, really tricky to do. And each attempt at it takes probably a minute and a half. I'm gonna kill this guy to get his rifle. I'm gonna run past this fight and hit the checkpoint and then reload it so they all despawn. So the door I just went through, I'm gonna need the clip with. Alright, so I'm gonna come down here and just hope I can do this first try. Okay. So if you run away from these doors and then run back at just the right time, get them to close while you're running through. That will let you do some magical stuff. Unfortunately, the timing is pretty precise on this. There we go. Okay, so now I'm in the floor. Don't question it.
Hey, why are you in the floor?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The game really likes to put you in floors. We'll see this quite a few times. So I'm going to come way over to where the room begins and kind of set this up. I need a lot of speed. This is the scariest moment. Alright, so I got down here in this floor. That is very, very tricky to do, but I need to do one last drop. Wow, I actually got it.
Nice. Wow, I actually got it.
I've been practicing that so much and I've never gotten it first try, so.
Ever.
Ever. So
Is this
shout out to
world
Judgy
record?
for finding that, because I just saved like 3 minutes over walking.
Is this world record?
No, it's not.
Okay.
So yeah, we're on the outside of the moon now, or outside of the base, which gives you a little bit of trouble sometime. If you walk off a cliff, you can't jump, and you need to be able to jump from that corner to make it in one go. Now we're back inside. They make the coolest parts of the game very, very short. It's really sad. So that tattoo I got back in the labor camp, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that because I'm not a huge fan.
I remember this moment.
There is another clip I can do on this mission. It only saves about 30 seconds, so I won't give it too much attention. The problem with floor surfing is basically what we call it. No one's actually came up with the name. But if you stop moving at all or go too slow or hit a wall just wrong, it'll just drop you into the void. And you have to reload a checkpoint and try again. So it's not too hard if you know what you're looking for, but it's very easy to mess up. So I'm going to use this door here, hopefully. Alright. I actually don't want to take too much damage, so I'm just going to run. Okay. So it doesn't save too much time to actually get that, so keep on going. All that clip skips is running over here to activate this little cutscene. Basically pressing this button is what it skips. If you have more donations, you can read them.
Certainly, we have a $19.92 donation from Pete the Panda. I still can't believe I wound up feeling emotionally invested in BJ Blazkowicz. What a good name. Good game, excuse me.
It is a good name, too.
It is a good name, too, but that was my misread. We have a $5 anonymous donation. Although it might not be much, I wanted to show my appreciation for SGDQ by putting my $5 to good use. Would also like to donate on behalf of my friend Emily, who is diagnosed with cancer. Thanks.
So just want to take a nice little ride here. Relax, enjoy the music. You can read more donations as well.
Sure. A $10 donation from Maniac Bob. Unfortunately, I have to be out of town for most of the week, but that just means I have more awesome videos to watch after SGDQ. Good luck to all the runners. Just a reminder, all runs will be put on YouTube after the fact, as always, so have fun with that. $25 donation from Cam Kennedy. Thanks for keeping me entertained while I finish some final semester assignments and clean the apartment. Only thing that beats it is the fact that you're also helping Doctors Without Borders. Great games, great commentary, and great event. Keep it up.
So he's probably going to kill me. Unfortunately, I just took too much damage as I was running through there. None of them drop health. So unless you have a lot of ammo left, you can't do too much about them. Luckily there's some health up here I can grab. So I'm basically back at the start of the moon base here. But there's still the matter of a couple of enemies to deal with here. So that's one. That's two. Alright, so that's the moon base. Now we're going to go back to the London Nautica, which is the place we blew up and did the hangar skip at. It's a little bit different now. Still pretty cool.
Still alive, it seems.
You don't need to kill those guys, but you just have to wait for the helicopter to come in. A little target practice never hurts.
That's what that guy thought.
So I'm just going to run up this. Why not? And this is probably my second favorite death in the game. didn't even see it coming. Alright, so now I'm just gonna run. Just why not? Running's fun. So you can take a little shortcut by sliding down here. Gets rid of the rest of the scaffolding. So Wyatt and Fergus also have a difference in the paths they can take here. Wyatt gets this little elevator shaft. Fergus gets a little... I don't even know what it is anymore. Something on the outside of the building. But this one, it's not too bad. So I'm going to cut a little hole here. Drop down. And I need to set up a skip to get past this helicopter fight, which is also going to let us do a different skip. So I'm not going to get it. So if you touch anything on the way down there into the death zone, then it loads in the death zone again when you get back in the game. But for some reason, if you don't touch anything at all, then you're fine. Okay. So you can just kind of jump out of bounds and hit these checkpoints a little bit earlier. Hopefully this is not too slow. So I'm going to drop down here. Alright, so we just need to wait for Bigger Boot over here to come back in. So while I have a second, I'm going to go ahead and get some more ammo. And if I can do Judgy proud, I'll do his new strat. I practiced it once, so we'll see how it goes. Alright. So loading him in gets him to his fighting stage a little faster. So it used to be that in this fight you went to one cycle the boss, the first half of him, which meant getting rid of the 6 pods. But if you run really close to him, hit that, you can actually go ahead and start his second phase by shooting that, and I need to watch out for the boots. Alright. So I just want to go ahead and cause him to get mad again. So the sooner he opens his eye, we can go ahead and complete the second phase, which just ends the boss. Unfortunately, that's going to shoot at me, and I need to watch that I don't get stomped on. So if I get stepped on, I have to go back to the beginning of the fight, just like the checkpoint I reload it. So that's a boss fight. There you go, Judgy. That's never happened before, actually. It's a brand new strat. So it's a flashback to when we had to make our decision. We just don't really care about it. Alright, so this is Max. We never met him. It's a nice character, though. You're supposed to interact with him when you come to the house to get one of the folders, but it's too slow. Can I get what the time is at the moment? This run? 1:35? Okay. So there's a nice little cutscene in this place. And because I have enough time in the estimate, go ahead and let this cutscene play out. It's about a minute long, so I just want to double check there. So this is also a character you're supposed to interact with, and I accidentally skipped it. We're going to reload the checkpoint. Whoops. I'm having a lot of problems tonight with that. You guys want a cutscene? I'm going to skip it. Hopefully it's not afterwards. It might be. Oh, hey, look at that. Perfect. All right, keyboard, and we go that way.
Heard you coming, man. So happy I got to, see you again, actually. Jarhead patriot that you are, you're the only other guitar man I know, man.
I'm on the move. I need to find Wyatt and Caroline. Wish you'd come with me.
Kind of on the spot, you know. Pretty well cornered by the man, actually. I appreciate the offer and all, but you know, I've been on the run my whole life. So sick of the silence. I figure when I'm gone, I'll be silent, you know, till the end of time. But this moment, right now, it's gonna be loud.
True American hero right there. Unfortunately, never really get to talk to him otherwise, because he's actually a really interesting character. Fergus's path has a different one. Tekla, I believe is her name. She's okay. I'm gonna walk down here.
It's still 4th of July for like some of America.
Yeah. It's always 4th of July in my heart. Oh, we also got this awesome suit somewhere. I forget where we grab it, but she's not paralyzed anymore. Unfortunately, you never get to use the suit.
Get fired, killed. He's out of ammo and essentially defenseless.
So now I have to go save Wyatt again. So that's supposed to be the big fight of this area. Hey, Wyatt's here. You can jump up and hit the end trigger a little early. So now we're going on to the last mission, which is... It's okay. Let's put it that way. This air chamber, if you stand by the exit, which you think would be faster, it pushes you back to the where you came from. So it's better just to stand here when the door opens, and strafe walking is faster for some reason as well. Only underwater.
Careful as you make your way to the cannons there. You're heading in fast, and the currents are about to be strong. We are getting close. 200 meters. 100 meters. 50 meters.
So we use that to kind of make a distraction so we can infiltrate the base. But we're just going to run a little bit and then do some crazy stuff. I would see what the name of the skip is, but it might break a few hearts if I did. It skips a pretty cool section of the game, unfortunately. Alright, so I'm going to cut through this steel plate. And I mentioned ladders way, way long ago being broken. If you jump on them in just the right way, or I guess the wrong way, it's going to take a couple seconds to get working. What it's going to do is put it into the floor, which we saw on the moon base. If you actually jump from the left-hand side, it puts you on top of the ladder instead, which is not what we want, but it's another glitch that can be useful other places. Yeah. Ladders are real fun. Sometimes you get it first try, and other times it takes a minute. There we go. And if these guys grab me out of the floor, I have to redo it. But I want to come over here, drop on top of a table. Not that. That's dropping through the map. So unfortunately I have to go do that again. But you drop onto a table and it pushes you into the second floor. And from there you can actually skip something. So although Blazkowicz has a very small hitbox, especially when you slide, I still make it bigger just in case. Sometimes it doesn't want to go through it. This really does not like me. Come on. There we go. Thanks for the clap. I appreciate it.
The love. Not quite out of it yet.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. Still sketchy if I fall down those steps. So there's a little elevator shaft here. Need to get enough speed and clip through the floor and okay.
William!
Hype. So the name of that skip is Bubby Skip. It's a pretty nice cutscene with him, but it's too slow. He gets really awkward in that one. Alright, so this elevator is going to take us up to the boss fight, or 3 different boss fights, I guess. So we never met this guy, but yeah, he's here. I don't even know his name.
Help me out.
Alright, so we help him up and then we just forget about him. So the first boss is Machine Man. It's basically just a robot with Fergus's brain in it. In order to defeat it, you have to throw 2 grenades. He typically will jump past the first one. So I'm going to throw one just to bait him out, and then he'll jump here. That one will hit, and then you can just hit him with the second one. So that's the first phase. Then Death's Head comes out. This isn't really a fight so much as it is running around gathering supplies for the final fight. So I need to shoot down the 2 Zeppelins in the air. This is not like the ending to Bioshock Infinite at all. And we're not done with skips quite yet. Okay, so we made it over here. And there's a little bit of delay between when that gets destroyed and when he can actually take damage. But I don't need this ammo, so I'm just going to keep shooting at him. And as soon as I can't shoot him anymore, that's when I know he's gone down. You don't actually need all of this, but I like to grab it anyways. So I'm going to stand right here. The game throws you down, and then when you stand up, you go to the left. So by standing here, you just kind of clip through the wall, which is right by where the boss spawns. As soon as he starts going down once, fine. Ah, there he goes. So get ready on time. We're gonna pull him out and stab him. That's time. You have to end it with a bang. But we're not dead, somehow.
Spoilers.
Yeah. He's dead.
Captain, we are in position. The nuclear
We're just fine.
I don't get this.
So it was teased that a new Wolfenstein was being made called The New Colossus, which if you research it a bit, New Colossus is a poem which he's reciting here.
Mother of exile.
So hopefully we'll see BJ return to action pretty soon.
Your huddled masses, your
Maybe it'll be the future GDQ. Who knows?
the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these. The homeless, tempest-tossed, to me.
Can you hear me, Captain? Am I clear to fire?
You're clear.
And that's Wolfenstein. It just goes on for a while. There's nothing more to it. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay American.
Thanks so much, Blood Thunder, for both of your runs this evening. We have some more comments coming through. We have $100 from Cano83.